Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Kathleen Heim. I am author of a book titled The Rule of Nines. Happy Memorial Day to everybody, and thank you for all you men and women who have served our country. And prayers going up to the friends and family of those who have lost a loved one who has served, be it in our military, law enforcement. Anyway, today I want to talk to you not about a chapter in the book like I've been doing, but more I want to talk to you about getting out of your own way. In my book, I share a lot of personal stories about challenges that I've been faced with. And today I want to talk about one of those personal stories. So I spent 10 years in law enforcement with the Los Angeles Police Department as a police officer. In my early 20s, I was injured in a pursuit and I had surgery on my cervical spine and on my hip. I recovered from that, being such a young age and having the right mindset. In 3 months, I was back to full duty. I continued my career as a law enforcement for another 8 years after the injury, and then I went into nursing, bedside nursing. Well, a little over 3 years ago, I sustained another injury. It was a compilation of new trauma and trauma that I had sustained in the police department. The reason I want to talk to you about that is because it's so important to understand how to change our mindset in order to move forward. So I sustained a back injury and had back surgery, like I said, just a little over 3 years ago. I have a lot of hardware in my back and wasn't able to do a lot of the things that I could do before. I was left with denervation to 3 muscles in my right calf. So basically my lower right leg is partially paralyzed. Now, what does that mean and why am I talking about that? Because it changed my life significantly. I was in really good shape at the time. I had run a half marathon not that long before that. I was working out on a regular basis, lifting weights, kickboxing, doing spin class, whatever it was. And then one day, midway, probably a little more than midway into my shift as an ER nurse, I started losing the ability to walk. Anyway, moving forward, long story short, I had the surgery to try to correct the denervation, which was successful as far as correcting the compression on my spine. However, the damage had become permanent. So my damage is permanent. So what happened is after I was able to start working out again after my surgery, I realized it was really difficult for me. I couldn't even come close to doing anything that I was doing before. Not only that, in that duration of recovery, which was much harder at a later age, over 50, I also went through menopause at the same time. And as a result of the inactivity and the hormonal changes, I put on, close to 35, maybe even a little bit more than 35 pounds. So for the last 3 years, I've been trying to get back into my exercise routine, finding out what is the new normal for me. And what that did is it got me discouraged. I was discouraged because I wasn't able to do the things that I was able to do before. I was discouraged because I didn't want to go to the gym and get seen by people when I used to be in good shape. And now here she is, put on, 35, 40 pounds and she's out of shape. And I felt uncomfortable going to a place that I used to feel very comfortable. And I thought about all the reasons why I couldn't get back to at least my new norm. So what I want to talk to you about is, instead of the why nots or why you can't do something, let's talk about the why you can, the whys. So I started recently, after many attempts of trying to get back to where I was, is changing my mindset. And that's what I want to teach you, is how to change your mindset. I decided to stop thinking about why nots and start thinking about the whys. So the why nots again are, why not because I feel uncomfortable? Why not because I can't do what I used to? Why not because it's difficult for me? Something that used to be easy took a lot of effort, not just effort physically, but effort mentally and emotionally. And it really paid a toll on me. So in a sense, I started giving up. So I finally decided recently to change my mindset. I'm not going to think about the why nots anymore. I'm going to start thinking about the whys. Why is it that I want to get in better shape? Why is it that I want to be the best me? Time's still moving forward, whether I'm putting the effort in or I'm not. So why? Why? Because I love the way it feels after exercising, even if it's not running a half marathon, just getting on an elliptical or lifting the weights that I can lift, for an hour. It feels really good to me. It makes me feel more energetic throughout the day. I sleep better. I don't want to just keep moving forward, putting myself further behind. So I know that we face a lot of challenges. They may be physical, they may be emotional, mental, financial, whatever they are. But time's going to move forward anyway. So I'm just asking you to change your mindset. And instead of thinking about the reasons why you don't want to do something, think about the reasons why. I had to make some changes in order to make that happen. So I left the gym where I currently worked out because it's close to my home, but it wasn't close to my work path. So I found a gym that was right where I get on the freeway and off the freeway. Right there in front of me, there's a gym that I can go to, and I'm closer to work or not all the way home yet, where I can start making excuses, or so I call them, on why not to go, and thinking about the reasons why. So I can, if I go, I'm going to be doing something towards health, towards my longevity, something that makes me really feel good, and I'm taking steps to be the best me that I could possibly be. And sometimes I start to think about the why nots. If it's on the way home from work, why not? Because I'm tired. I just worked a full day and I spent 2 hours in traffic coming home. And then again, but what is the why? Again, we all have to identify what our own whys are and why we want to move forward with something in our life. And we all face challenges, but again, as we age, a lot of us have sustained injuries, especially those of us who have had physical jobs. And it gets very discouraging and even depressing at times. But I just want to give you that encouragement today, Memorial Day, and let you know that you're not alone, that there's many, many of us that are in the same situation. And again, it's not always physical, and it's not always about your waking or your physical abilities. It could be a financial situation that you're in, and it could be, excuses as to why. I don't want to say excuses, reasons, but really your why nots as to why you don't want to advance your education. But what about why you want to advance your education? What will it do for you? How will it pay off intrinsically? What is your internal reward system for thinking about your whys and moving forward? So anyway, I just hope this helps you. And in my book, I share a lot more of my personal stories, struggles, challenges. We all have them. And I'm here for you at my website. If you want to reach out with me with any of your personal challenges, I'd love to help you get forward thinking, get out of your own ways, get unstuck, and start living the best life possible. You can visit my website at www.loveyouliveyu.com. You can also pre-order my book on the website, The Rule of Nines. It will be in your hand in July. However, it will not be in the bookstores until January. So there are limited copies that you can receive ahead of time. And the book does have an associated journal incorporated into it, so you can take those steps every day and methodically plan your day as to how you're going to move forward and be successful. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, happy Memorial Day and enjoy your day. Thank you.